Hi, my name is John Hoham. I'm with Glorious Cave Rowing Association out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're at the Louisville Adaptive Rowing organization learning how to do adaptive rowing. Our adaptive rowing program with Turnstone in Fort Wayne begins on Monday, June 19th, 2 days. So we're down here learning how to work with adaptive rowers.
And who are these people that are with you?
Well, we have Kiera Arthur in front of me, and then next to me we have Madison Bird. In front of her we have Cam Wagner, and we have Cody Huff, and Maddie. Sorry, Mooring.
Yeah.
I know that. I just spaced. So these five came down, and we also have Tim Dillon, our assistant coach, out on the far end.
Okay.
He came down today to learn how to do it, and all five of our rowers today have rowed with adaptive rowers. This afternoon, they are going to become the adaptive rowers.
Now these folks are all volunteers.
Correct.
They're not adaptive rowers, they're volunteers in your program.
Correct. They are volunteers,
Okay.
but they row for either high school or Madison rows for the University of Michigan.
So you're sweep rowers in your real life?
No, the four high school rowers are scullers. Madison is both sweep and scull.
All right, that's good. Well, I'd like for you each to tell me something that you learned this morning doing this. It's a kind of a little bit of a new experience, even though you've been rowing before. So, have you thought of something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, just speak up.
Okay. So I learned that adaptive rowers know so much about the sport than you think they do, and they're so intelligent with what they do.
Okay. Anything else?
You not only have to know how to do rowing, but you have to know how to explain it well.
So you have to be a good explainer
Yes.
to be a volunteer?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a good explainer?
No.
You're getting to be better, though, I take it, huh? How about you? Just speak up.
I learned that adaptive rowers can row just as well as me. Like, I didn't expect that. I don't know why I didn't. I just hadn't thought of it. And that's what I learned.
So if you had their disability, you'd be challenged, wouldn't you?
I would be challenged.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to happen today. How about you, young lady?
I learned that even if somebody has a disability, they're still capable of doing anything that we can do, and yeah.
Just a different way to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I learned in adaptive rowing, I learned that...
Speak up just a little bit.
Adaptive rowing, I learned that you have to match what the adaptive rowing person's doing, so that way you can stay upright, so that way they can learn how to row or to row.
Okay. How about you, Coach?
I learned basically from watching these kids row today that the most important thing is to let the adaptive rower kind of take charge of the boat and let them pull the boat and row. And really, our students were really just steering the boat so that the adaptive rower could get feedback from the boat so they could understand that they were indeed moving the boat. And the kids weren't helping them move the boat. The kids were just checking the point, making sure you were pointed in the right direction, avoiding pilings, avoiding the piers, and really the most important thing, let the adaptive guy work out, pull the boat.
We're going to take you guys down. Visually impaired rower, one of you two will be his partner rower, so we'll figure that out. So when he comes into the door, you're going to greet him like you don't really know him. You're not friends, okay? This is completely role playing, but you're going to treat him just, you're going to ask him questions, you're going to try to get to know him a little bit. We're going to walk him down to the dock. I will be there to kind of help you, tell you what you need to do to help him out. And he can tell you right now, you put that mask on, it's black. There is no gray, there is no, you can see around it, it's black. I mean, there is nothing. So you're going to get a little disoriented because the dock leans a little bit. You're going to feel it, but you're going to be wanting to do this because the dock leans. Once you get on the dock moves. You don't pay attention to it, but we're not being able to see. You're going to feel that dock moving underneath it. It's going to get a little freaky. So if it gets too bad, take the mask off. Though last time we did this, we were okay. Getting you in the boat. Basically, whoever's his partner, you have to tell him everything. He can't see anything. So you're going to have to tell him. I did the same thing the first time I had a visually impaired rower here. I was telling her, well, you need to do this, you need to do it. And then I realized she can't see what I'm saying to her. So you have to grab the hands, you have to physically show them where they need to be. Okay? So that's the one scenario we're going to do. The other one, we have a fixed seat. So somebody, when we get you on the dock, basically, you're going to be, we'll just call you a paraplegic. Okay? We're not going to do the wheelchair thing down, we'll just bypass that. But what we probably will do is take a chair down on the dock, so once you get to the dock, you're a piece of meat. I mean, you're going to have to be picked up, put in the boat. You're going to have to be strapped into the boat just like Jenny was, with the chest strap, with the gloves on the oars, the whole bit. So you're going to want to move, but you can't. So we're going to kind of talk you through it. So the partner rower, again, is the one that's going to explain what's going on, how we're going to do it. Okay, I'm pushing off. You got to remember, this person's strapped to this chair solid. They can't do this to see what's going on. So you have to explain to them exactly what's going on the whole time. And we'll just play around for a few minutes at it. We're not going to stay out long because it's really hot. But we just want to kind of get some of you guys to understand that what we do normally as far as rowers, we take for granted. It's pretty simple. And what you learned if you've rowed for several years is you have actually forgotten how you learned. Because you've come to a proficient level to where every time you get the boat bingo, you just know how it's going to feel. Well, it took you 2 years maybe to get to that level. You want to back down here because now you're somebody that can't do all. So you have to back yourself back down. You have to remember how it felt so that you row with that person and not against that person. You will fight that person, okay? So we'll make sure everybody's safe. We'll have a little fun. Robert will video it all. So you can replay it when you get home and have some fun with it. Okay? Whoever is your partner has got to talk to you. You got to be honest with answers. Okay? So if you feel weird, you got to tell them, hey, this doesn't feel real. And make something up if you want to. I don't care. You can make it as tough a scenario as you want. But the partner rower, again, I don't know if you all saw, is the visually impaired. She actually likes to just grab your arm right here and she'll walk right here. So when she came in the boathouse this morning, I walked out there because she almost walked into the wall. And I said, okay, we need to go over here. And so she just grabbed me right here and then I walked. They can feel your movement in your arm. They know if you're going right or going left. So because of the way you turn, they can feel that. So they'll just turn with you most of the time. And they're used to that. So, and not everybody does that. Some other vision impaired don't like that. So that's where you've got to ask, okay, how do you want me to do this? And we'll do that up here from the very beginning, so that when you start to walk out, you're constantly kind of chatting with them, kind of feeling them out, you know, okay, we're going to go here, let's go down the ramp, and again, okay, we have a bump here. This is the kind of stuff that you don't think about because you can see it. And that's where it really comes into importance, especially with vision impaired rowers. You've got to let them know what's going to happen before it happens, so they're ready to do what you need them to do. Okay?
Next to the dock here until they get down.
On the edge?
Yep.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a boat ready for you, and then we're going to put you in the boat. She's going to row with you. So it's a slide seat, so it'll be regular what you're used to on the rowing, but probably has got non-crossing oars in it, which you're not used to. Okay. So instead of having a overlap, they're going to be straight across. They'll just be his. Yours will be regular rowing, regular. Okay. Once you get in the boat, she gets pushed off. Again, you have to instruct him on stuff, but then no pressure, real slow, methodical rowing, so that you can just follow along with him, and just go up about halfway, turn around, and come back. Okay, it's not a long row. It's just kind of give you an idea what you need to do, give him an idea of what it feels like to not see what you're doing. Okay? And then if you want to, we'll just change the mask and push you back off, and you can go with the mask on.
Okay.
All right? Okay.
It's so weird. I have to actually.
Trying to find the edge. Just that's the bow. Okay. Now you're
I'll come on
gonna
the other side.
kind of. It's easier sometimes if you just kind of sit down and slide in from the rocks. You can't see what you're doing, so you don't go too far.
The seat's a little bit behind you.
Just let it slide off the dock. Totally good. Okay. Hold on. All right. Put your feet up here. I feel the straps. I can probably get the straps. We're not going to strap.
Like he wants to, doesn't know if he wants to sleep or if he wants to be.
Okay. Pull it out. Now you notice there's no overlap in it.
Now, are they squared right now? What are
No,
they?
they're feathered right now. Okay. But you're used to that overlap. There's no overlap in it. Get that other arm put in.
You steering Cody?
Okay.
I don't even know how to.
Tell him what you're doing.
I'm pushing my right oar out.
You know.
Okay.
And
No. You didn't tell him what you were doing. You can't mumble. You have to explain it. It's everything you're doing. When you step in the boat, the boat leans. He doesn't know what you're doing.
okay.
Literally, you are his everything right now.
Okay.
Everything you do at this point, you have to explain to them so they don't panic and move too quickly and throw you out of balance. Okay?
I'm stepping in the boat.
No, I hope until you get in the boat.
And oh,
You don't have to strap in clothes, so you don't have to do anything. So, okay. Just go.
okay. Let's get a pressure shot.
Put your boat on the boat. Okay, you're going to turn your blade over right now. Your both blades are centered.
Okay.
Go them away from the dock just a little bit. Yeah, just roll on this side only. Just roll on this side only. Take and drag your other blade if you got to. Okay, now go ahead and start. Now you got to tell him when to start rowing.
Behind you.
Watch the wind, so try to go out in the middle. Slide it in. Okay, we need a couple of you that aren't doing anything to hold the boat.
I want to see just how heavy this guy is. That's where you about how you like him. Angled.
Yeah. If you angle them, that gives her enough room.
Let me get an idea here. Oh boy.
She's gonna be carrying some of the weight.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
girl.
now before you do this, you just don't walk up to a person and grab them
Oh, yeah.
and throw them around
Right.
because.
Hello.
Hi Cody, I'm Mr. Dillon. Okay.
But you explain. What you got to learn to do is explain. We're going to transfer you into blah blah blah. How do you like to be transferred? Because a lot of people, most
Do
will
like I do.
like this under the arm. Some people don't. So you got to understand how he's been transferred in the past. And this is where the communication in the boathouse with your rower pays dividends as you come to the dock. So not everybody likes the exact same thing. Like I said, 99% of people do like it that way because it distributes the weight evenly. And with women, you're not touching the appropriate places. Cut that out. But what we're going to do, we probably won't get you 100% into the boat, because what you would actually have to do is you step into the rigger on the backside to get it straight. So we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to get you 99% of the boat, and then we're going to let you straighten yourself out, okay? So let's make it a little easier. What you're going to do is you're going to watch this rigger behind you as you back up, and then you're just going to put his feet in, and then once you get him in, you're just going to put his feet out straight on. Okay? And that way, your knees aren't just going to flop to the side.
Right.
Okay? All
Just
right.
to get an idea, if I want to try, you would put your foot back here or up on the front?
No, you won't have enough room in there.
Oh, I won't?
You'd actually just step into here
Okay.
and do it the best you
You
can.
don't think I'll have room up there?
Well, if you got try it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
if it gets
really
crazy,
curious to
we
see.
can.
I think he's probably too big for me. Okay, Cody, I'm going to come under your armpits. Are you okay with that? Yeah. Okay.
Right here.
1,
2, 3.
Okay, are you comfortable?
Yeah.
All right. Now, here, because you can straighten yourself out, just put yourself straight in the seat. But with Jenny, a lot of times we'll get her to that point, and she's got enough arm strength where she can move her hips sometimes. If we got her really crazy,
So she can lift up like this?
a little bit.
Okay.
But if we get her really to where she's not comfortable, and the one thing, once you're strapped to the seat, if you're half inch one way or the other way, the boat's going to tilt. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. So you got to be pretty centered once you get your roller in there.
That'd be my
Usually-
job.
Yeah, usually you can look down, make sure their hips are even off both sides,
Mhm.
because the boat's not technically going to sit level all the time. And if you're comfortable, then that's what you want.
Oh, you
Not-
don't. Okay. Okay.
Anyway, actually, get your legs flat. Get your feet up.
But as long as what you were saying about not letting the knees flop out, but as long as you're just in the foot stretches.
Yeah, and well, as long like you like that, but as long and with Jenny, we don't even use foot stretchers. I mean, we take it out of the boat because she doesn't use it. But when you have no feeling, they're just dead weight laying there.
Okay.
But what happens a lot of times is you'll see their knees just kind of fold out. But if you get them really flat, straightened out really flat, a lot of times their knees will kind of lock a little bit and hold them straight.
Oh, gotcha. If the legs are straight, yeah, they won't splay out. That
And
makes
if
sense.
not, in the past we've actually taken like a small strap and just strapped across the knees to hold them together. You can put like a pad in there to hold them so that your hips and everything are in line, so it makes them more comfortable. Basically, if you're not using your legs like this, it's all comfort. So the more uncomfortable they are, the less they're going to pay attention to what you're trying to teach them, and it's more about the pain they're in. Some of them will tell you, some of them won't. Some of them don't actually feel it, they just know it's not right.
Right.
And I mean, say we put Jenny in the boat, she can tell she's a half inch off one way or the other way, simply because of the way she's got kind of on her shoulders.
Oh, okay.
So they really learn how to do a lot of that stuff.
Was Jenny the one in the double with the blonde bob?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So it's a matter of just, talking to them as you do it, making sure they're comfortable. First few rows, it's going to be real short anyway, so it's going to take you long to get them in and out of the boat a lot of times than you actually learn. But it's all about making sure, like right now, you want to make sure your hips are pushed as tight up against the back as you can. Your feet may not fit the front. Because what we're going to do is this seat's a little bit low, but what we're going to do is we're going to strap.
Which one?
I don't know.
We're going to get belted in now.
And you want it as high as what they're comfortable with. Okay.
Your oars feathered. You like it.
Hey, that's cheating. Aren't you supposed to paddle it all the way back? Aren't you supposed to paddle it all the way back?
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, now, believe it or not, this is going to be comfortable because it's a new
Cody, you're a puppet today, so we're going to get you tight. Your comfort is...
breathe.
Yeah.
Not nice.
All right, where's the gloves?
Got the gloves right there, Maddie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Those are mine now. You take care of them.
it makes them really good.
And I can get those from U.S. Rowing.
They sell them there, yeah.
It's not that hard.
Did you have a right and left?
You want to go right?
Yes.
You want to say right?
Huh?
If you
Yes.
want to go right, say
Which one's right, which
You want
one's
to go
left?
left.
I'm sure it's this
So
hot.
opposite.
Doesn't say.
You pull towards the inside to tighten them.
1 or 2 degrees. It's a different.
So that'd be the left.
Yeah.
The trick with those is you've got to get the fit in the wrist correct, because all the weight's going to transfer to the wrist. And you don't really want the part going over their fingers tight at all. You want it to cup their fingers the way it normally would be when they row, and they won't get blisters that way. If you try to compensate for a weak grip by tightening it, you just ruin everything. Nothing works.
I've been good. How'd your son play? Yeah.
Got to hold the both oars, madam?
Yeah.
Both of them in one hand? Okay.
Maddie, you can do this. Just verbalize.
Straighten yourself out. Now you're gonna have to look over your shoulder once in a while, see where you're going. That's good. Okay, now you have to tell him when you want to start rowing.
Wow, Kiera, that really improves your position. I think we're going to have you row like that all the time.
Now, am I okay to like move or something like that?
Well, what you're going to do, because his feet will be caught in the foot stretch, you're going to have to catch on the bottom. You're going to want to pick his feet up and just bend his knees for him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So they've got a chart. Hi, Ernie. I'm Bill. Yeah, every day. I asked because I'm not strong. I really didn't think I could do it. His method is so good. When I picked him up, I thought, okay, I picked him up, but will I make him to the boat? I was shocked that when I put my foot in the boat, I could still carry him. It's so easy. You want to try?
Yeah.
I'll help you. Okay.
It would have been harder a year ago. But
Tell you what, once we get him back in the chair, then you and I will pick him up. I'll get his feet, and you get underneath.
Count when you pick him up.
3. I'm gonna pull you back a little, Cody. There you go.
Now kissing your back.
Did you see the lift procedure, man?
Under his armpits.
Okay.
And it helps. I grabbed him
Forearm.
here.
Now grab his forearm.
Right there.
you
Now
face-
stand. Now get your hips in. Yeah, so you lift him straight up.
Okay.
Pick him up. Oh, you're not tall enough.
Here she comes, the Michigan lady. You
Ryan,
won't hit me.
I don't want to hit you.
You won't. I'll scream.
hard to say. Fuck this.
Okay, Coach Hurley, how did they do?
They did fine. I'm glad everybody showed up, had a good time. Basically, this was just an introduction to what you can see with your athletes up there. Again, everyone's a little bit different. So just kind of give you a taste of what we do and sometimes how hectic it can get on the dock, moving people around, moving boats around. You're used to one boat on the dock and you in the boat, and different ways of rowing. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you'd be looking at on your own adaptive program. So again, just take your time, talk to your athletes. They'll tell you whatever you want to know. They'll talk to you about their disability. Sometimes it's helpful to know how long they've been disabled, if it's a year, 2 years, like Jenny's been 20-some years. Some of them are very new at it and they're still very nervous about doing new things. The older ones tend to understand that they can do whatever they want. They'll be a little more open with you. Take your time, be patient with them, have a good time with it, joke with them if they're the younger rowers, kind of chat it up, joke with them a little bit, make them, as easy as you can. Get to know them, let them get to know you, and you'll all have a really good program up there.
How did it feel to get picked up and dropped in a boat?
Felt different. Wasn't used to it.
You get used to it?
No, I wasn't used to it, so it was a new experience.
Yeah. Well, somebody like Jenny doesn't feel anything from about her mid-chest down, so the idea that the boat could turn over and she couldn't swim, she couldn't get that strap off, and those kind of things. So the able-bodied person needs to be ready to kick in and do that. How do our blind rowers do?
It was weird. It's definitely a new experience.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
You could feel it.
So you're going to be a volunteer with somebody that has a visual impediment, huh? Well, what did you think, Coach? You guys made a big commitment to come down here and participate.
Did a great job. We're going to find out Monday just how sharp they are. So it's going to
What's happening Monday?
Monday is when our first 2 adaptive rowers show up. We started with Louisville's help, the indoor program in 2012.
Yep.
And 5 years later, we're finally getting them on the water. I don't want to rush into it.
Take your time.
Yeah, I don't want to rush into it. So we've got our first 2 adaptive rowers coming Monday at 5:30, and we will take it from there.
So you got an eager crew here ready to help them.